The Journey of Rescued Elephants to Sanctuary. 3 orphaned elephant calves from Rattati Elephant Sanctuary have been successfully translocated to a holding area in Sera Wildlife Conservancy in Kenya's Samburu County, the first such rewilding initiative for a community-managed wildlife facility. The calves are doing well in what experts call a soft release, as close monitoring continues ahead of the final release. The 3 bull elephants are the first to be released into the wild after successful rehabilitation and weaning. A release and post-release monitoring protocol has been established, aimed at monitoring the success of their reintegration. The protocol encompasses monitoring movement patterns and social behavior. With leadership from Save the Elephants and support from San Diego Zoo Global, the 3 calves have been fitted with GPS GSM satellite tracking collars. Scientists from the San Diego Zoo Institute for Conservation Research are integrating behavioral data collected through video surveillance to generate a detailed look at the orphans' reintegration into the wild. The release of these young bulls back into the wild is such a cause for celebration for us at Rattati, said Moses Lanaipa, manager of Rattati Elephant Sanctuary. It is what we wish for every elephant in our care to be back where they belong. And as the network of community conservancies in northern Kenya becomes stronger, there is more hope for elephants like them. A team of Kenya Wildlife Service and Northern Rangelands Trust scientists and veterinarians, Sera and Rattati management, and community representatives had visited the 2 facilities and confirmed that requirements were in place for the translocation from the Rattati Rescue Facility to Sera Wildlife Conservancy. The Rattati Elephant Rescue and Rehabilitation Center is located within the Nilai West Group Ranch of Namunyak Wildlife Conservancy (NWC) in Samburu East, Samburu County. The NWC covers about 800 acres and includes 3 management units, Nalowon, Nilai, and Kalepo. The rescue facility was commissioned on July 26, 2016, following a series of appraisals and a memorandum of understanding with Kenya Wildlife Service after a proposal was submitted in January 2014. Its objectives are to provide rescue, return, and rehabilitation of orphaned and abandoned elephant calves in the Northern Elephant Range and to promote conservation education in the neighboring communities. To date, the facility has rescued more than 47 elephants, 1 black rhino, 1 greater kudu, and 1 zebra foal. 5 of the elephants were immediately reunited with their families, 16 did not survive due to their weak body condition at the time of rescue, and 15 are undergoing care at the facility. The eventual plan is to release rescued animals back into the wild and institute a comprehensive post-release monitoring strategy in partnership with stakeholders. Currently, 3 bulls that are over 3 years old have been separated and weaned in preparation for their release. We're working to support our community-based collaborators in Kenya in efforts to rewild rescued orphan elephant calves, said Megan Owen, Ph.D., Director of Population Sustainability at the San Diego Zoo Institute for Conservation Research. Our hope is that released calves will become integrated into the social fabric of the wild elephant groups in Sera. A soft release approach has been adopted to support the survival of the calves. This approach entails releasing the calves in a very large temporary holding enclosure called a boma in Sera Wildlife Conservancy and eventually releasing them into the conservancy habitat. While in the soft release area, the calves have ample opportunity to interact freely with wild elephants. The 3 orphaned bulls are Warjas age 4, rescued from Wamba Samburu, Sosian age 3, rescued from Sosian Laikipia, and Lingwesi age 3, rescued from Ilingwesi Laikipia. At the time of their rescue, the calves were too young to have survived on their own. In addition to proximity of Sera Wildlife Conservancy to the Rattati Rescue Facility, this conservancy was selected because it had a perimeter fence, no large predators such as lions, an enhanced law enforcement team comprised of Kenya Wildlife Service and community scouts, minimal human activity, and a substantial elephant population that the bulls may integrate with. You will also have the chance to help to reforest the area by keeping records of identified species, collecting seeds, and planting saplings. Volunteers assist in the care of injured and orphaned animals who have been rescued so that they can be rehabilitated and returned to their jungle home. Volunteers also help care for the domestic animals who have found a home at the sanctuary, including dogs, cats, and cows, as well as lending a hand with the sustainable farming of vegetables and fruit. Other volunteer activities include teaching English at a local school and working with the local community to establish educational outreach programs for children. The ongoing support of volunteers is vital to ensuring the project's continued success, caring for the rescued animals and protecting and regenerating this important natural habitat so that it can sustain a diverse range of wildlife for generations to come. So what are elephant sanctuaries and what do they do? In general, an elephant sanctuary or park, camp, orphanage is a home for elephants that have been rescued or retired from the riding, logging, street begging, and/or circus industries, just to name a few. Elephants are important ecosystem engineers. They make pathways in dense forested habitat that allow passage for other animals. An elephant footprint can also enable a microecosystem that, when filled with water, can provide a home for tadpoles and other organisms. Parks with most African elephants fared best, with each elephant calculated to increase the number of tourist visits nearly fivefold. And then there's the average amount each visitor spent in and around the area on top of that. This adds up to around $25 million per year, money lost should elephants disappear. When forest elephants eat, they create gaps in the vegetation. These gaps allow new plants to grow and create pathways for other smaller animals to use. They are also one of the major ways in which trees disperse their seeds, some species relying entirely upon elephants for seed dispersal.